We've been working on our slab table, but it's taken a lot longer than I had planned. My wife, Pam, is getting pretty antsy about having an actual table instead of sitting at the counter. My sister found this free table and set of chairs on the side of the road. I think we're going to be able to fix it up so it'll take the pressure off me having to finish my project in a rush. But it's going to stop me from working on the project for a little bit while I fix some things like the finish. It's a little shaky, so we're going to see if we can make it a little tighter. Since only the top of this table is finished, I'm going to remove the finish before I take the table apart. The way we're going to do this is just with some clean strip paint, premium stripper. The things you're going to need, definitely have some gloves, because the stuff's pretty nasty, you don't want to get on your hands, and some paper towels, a stripping tool, and a paintbrush, all good things. I don't think this is going to take more than one round of this, because the finish on this table's kind of coming off already. So let's see. Says to brush in one direction. Okay, so now we just gotta let it sit for 15 minutes. It's been about 15 minutes. We're gonna do a test to see if it scrapes off. Yeah, I think we're doing good. So I'll scrape off the rest of this finish, and we'll go to the next step. We got most of the finish off. Now we're going to start sanding. Just going to use a real low 60 grit sandpaper with my orbital sander, and we'll see how much more we can take off. As you can see, that black mold that was on the table before came totally off after stripping finish and sanding the table. It's looking good. We've sanded the top of the table pretty good. We've got it up to 250 grit as far as we're going to sand it. So now I'm going to remove the top of the table from the base and take the base apart and see if we can get it a little dirtier with some different hardware. The top of the table is held on with pocket screws, so it's pretty easy to remove. Doesn't look like there's any glue or anything. I was originally just going to sand the bottom pieces of the chairs, but as I was doing it, I saw that the paint was pretty messed up too, so I ended up sanding most of the paint on the chairs, and I'll probably just do a rough sanding on the bottom and try to paint over the existing paint on the bottom of the chairs. Example of some scope creep on this project, and it's definitely taking me some time to sand all these little spindles and rounded edges. After doing a rough sanding on these legs of the chairs, I saw that some of these joints have come apart, and what I'm going to do to fix that is re-glue them
Just with some wood glue, and I'll use a button cord to kind of clamp them together.
Almost all of the chairs have this type of breaking separation behind the spindles or where this piece connects. I'm just filling that in with some wood glue and sawdust, and that kind of fixes it for the most part, and then when it gets stained it'll look like it's not broken for however long that lasts. So I'm doing this just going like so. I'm just kind of working it in there. Now that we've got the base pieces all sanded and ready for a primer, we're going to add our primer on and let that dry before we add the paint. Last chair for primer. Oh my gosh, I forgot how much I hate putting primer on. I know why everyone skips this step, but I've heard it's really important and it makes the final product a lot smoother. Paint will adhere better to the chair that way. Hopefully this makes a difference. Ready to put on our paint. I just got a latex based white paint. We're going to try this product I haven't used before called Floetrol. Floetrol? Apparently it's going to make it more smooth. We'll see. Aww. What a kitty. Time to reassemble. Dirty.
Hours of taping being pulled off in a few moments.
Doing it respectfully, though.
I don't know, I think the tape was kind of good. I think we should just kind of leave it there. You can see all the effort I put into taping.
I do appreciate your effort.
It's tongue oil time. And we're going to be applying it with this diaper insert that turns pink and Pam tried to throw away. We are on an angle, so this might be a disaster. I'm going to try not to put too much on at once. Child safety box. I have to pick that up.
You need an adult?
Yeah. I beat the child safety lock. That's it. What was supposed to be a real quick project turned into a couple weeks, but it looks pretty good.
Pretty happy with how it turned out. And Pam is too, so that's the most important part.